Hi, your favorite uncle. We are back with episode 4 of Ironheart. Let's jump right into it, shall we? So, y'all, we get a flashback with Parker and John as they're breaking into someone's house. So, y'all, in the flashback scene, you see that John, transitioned someone and then they had to split up because, this really isn't what Parker does. He's a little bit scared. Y'all, here's my thing. Y'all best to be scared on who y'all break houses y'all try to break into. You never know who's on the other side of that house. Not them trying to have a memorial service and then, ooh, yeah. Not them trying to have a memorial service. And the guy's like, we should all go around and say what we miss about Cousin John. They look at each other like, I think Parker has a sneaky suspicion through magic that Riri was the one that took out John. But it was John's fault for trying to attack someone. Don't attack people. That is bad. I think both Riri and John and Parker are both like on the same page. Like, I know what you did. Do you know what I did? I know what you did. Are you sure you know what I did? I know what you did. Do we know what he did? You know what you did. Sort of something like that. Now, y'all, we get the scene where Riri is examining the piece of Parker's cloak that she have, and we got AI Natalie here telling her to lock doors. And for one of the first times in this series, something black happened. Riri said, "You know my mother don't believe in locking doors unless you pay bills." I know that's right. And you all need to lock a door. What you need to lock a door for in my house? What you doing that requires locked doors? You won't. I'll take the door. Put it in my room. Y'all, so the mom is trying to be caring and understanding, not like the generation before her. And Riri's just acting so paranoid because she knows what she did. But she's going to have to get over that, especially if you plan on being an Avenger. You're going to have to get over this, dear. I know it's not hard, but that's what therapy's for. Try Dr. Harlan Quinn. She's a psychiatrist. She could help you. So, y'all, AI Natalie does bring up a good point. This was after the cloak kind of went in and went out. Was that maybe she could call Shuri, because Shuri knows exactly what would be going on. That girl looked at her like, Shuri, after I did what I did, nah, Shuri gonna be like, hello, who am I speaking with? Riri, girl. Anyway, so y'all remember when Riri dropped that biomesh and stuff? Well, the police came and found it at the building. I forgot the name of that building was. It's like a greenhouse or something. And they traced that back to Joe or Obadiah Stane. So now he is being locked up because of the decisions that Riri made. Let this be a lesson to anybody who's watching this and got this far. You have to know when to say no. You have to know that when the people around you mean you no harm, mean you no good, that you separate it. Y'all seen one of my stories. I looked rough. See what happened when you get around certain people that can bring out the best in you and you get out of certain situations? Your teeth get whiter, your hair grows, and your skin gets shiny. Message. So y'all, Clown actually has a little crush on Joe, which is nice. He'll probably get out at the end. And they're all happy because Joe's not being framed for their stuff. But then for their robbery, Clown's asking, whoa, hold up. How did his stuff get into our stuff? And they're like, does it matter? We're not going to get in fault for it. And y'all, Parker's about to spat. Everybody's going to come after Riri. Just know that. When I tell you, I was Obadiah Stane, I would have teleported. Do you hear me? Teleported. I would have developed Kitty Pryde's power, and I would have phased through that window so fast and proceeded to dog walk her across. Jesus, Holy Spirit, God, Mary, and Saint Joseph would have had to have left heaven in order for me to get off this girl. Like, I will take the hate crime charges. Hate crime charge me all day long. Hate crime charge me as much as you would. Because if I was him, I would have taken that. I'm taking that charge. Like, literally, God himself would have to leave the throne to pull me off. Like, there would have been no amount of strength on this earth. It had to have been a supernatural, godly strength from somebody else, like Samson, like Hercules, to pull me off that girl. She said she working on it. When I tell you, I would have just called Sure. This would have been me on. Mm-hmm. Sure, girl, how are you doing? I'm doing good. Can you do me a favor? Just a little one. Open that thing, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, you saw the news? Oh, you was watching? Yeah, yeah. So I kind of, allegedly, como si, como sa, maybe not, was a part of that. Yeah, I was a part of that. The girl, you asked too many questions. I'll explain later. I need for you, with all of your trillions. I looked at your net worth, girl. You got some trillions. I need for you to get him out. If you can't, wait, start. Call Pepper. She could do it. She own it. Yeah, call her, girl. Or you can do it. You can get him out. Would you do that for me, girl? Please. I'll come work for you. Okay. You got me? Okay, talk soon. Bye. Oh, Parker knows. He knows very well. Riri better do something. You know what? Call Cree Summer. Y'all, Riri paranoid, and I've been there with that type of anxiety. It will consume you, because what it does, it causes the inflammation, what causes your body to go haywire. Trust me when I tell you this. Now, y'all, we get the scene where Riri's trying to sleep, and I'm going to let you know this right now. When that mind starts to twirling and starts to going, you ain't getting no sleep. You just not. Unless you got you some Benadryl or some Trazodone, you is not going to sleep. Might as well get some stuff done. Y'all, is Riri's mom introducing her to Conjure? Let me find out her mama a root worker on here. Y'all, we have the legendary and iconic Susie Carmichael. Foxy from Drawn Together. Cree Summer. Now, as I've stated before, I will continuously say, if you are black any day of the week, then you have to love Cree Summer. Take time out your day to love Cree Summer. Find out how you can get in contact with her and say, I love you, Cree Summers. Because you have to love Cree Summer. You don't have a choice. If you are black, have a black parent, even a black grandparent, even a black great-grandparent, it is your obligation and responsibility as a black person to love Cree Summer. Say it with me, everybody. I love you, Cree Summers. And side note, y'all, Miss Stanton, Cree Summer, y'all, she the root worker. She do I was like, wait, she do a conjure? I know that's right. Y'all, her daughter literally just did a teleportation spell to a different plane. I know that's right, Marvel. Something black happened. Y'all, so Riri's mom's go to talking, and she's like, Madeline, you're an actual sorcerer? She's like, yeah. But you thought I was just joking? When I could tell you I could do magic, did you think I was, like, literally trying to pull your leg when I would cast spells and conjure stuff? Girl, I'm an actual sorceress. I went to the same school Dr. Strange went to. It's really real out here in these streets. And now the daughter upset, like, Mom, I could have learned from them. She was like, you ain't got no better teacher but me. Remember that. All in favor of having Cree Summer be the next Sorcerer Supreme, say aye. Aye. All opposed? It's official. Did she just look at a black mom and say, I can't do this with you right now? And still a lot. Y'all, here we go with the not black part. Here we go. Y'all, Riri's mom says, so help me God, don't get in that suit. Riri fixed her mouth, looked at her black mother, and said, or what? Now, had this have been real, Riri would have been 6 feet in the ground. She would have been in that dark, the dimension where they got the clothes from. Her mama would have sent her there, had her be tortured, bring her back, say, I got you, or what? Or what me one more get? Or what me one more get? I'm going to keep you there. Hi, y'all. We are back with part 2 of this because I had to go to work. But before we begin, I realized I was calling Ezekiel Obadiah. Obadiah is his dad. Ezekiel is the son. All these biblical names. Now, there's a meaning for that. I just got to read the story about Ezekiel and Obadiah again to see what this is about. But let's jump right into it, shall we? Now, y'all, Hood goes and sees Zeke Stain. And what's interesting is that Zeke just realized his life was over for helping Riri. I could have told you that. And then Parker's just like, oh, well, you know, if you come work for me, we can create the life you want. Here's the thing. If I was Zeke, I would stay away from these people as humanly possible. I promise you, as God is my witness, they would never see me ever again. As much money as I know he has, they would never see me ever again. Ever. So, y'all, we get a montage of Riri trying to do stuff to get rid of this cloak. And the Bible says people will always be learning but never coming into the knowledge of the truth. I actually understand what that means now at this point, because Riri's thinking that she can fight science with magic. Science with interdimensional magic. Although science is just magic with rules, she's going to need to take the rules out in order to defeat Parker. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Y'all, through this montage, it got me thinking, this girl really lacks common sense. Now, she has a sorceress at her phone call that could easily give her the ability to defeat this, but she's trying to use it, try to logically and methodically think about it. No, that's not how you do this. That's not how you do any of this. Also, fun fact, penguins don't live in the Arctic. Thank you, AINet, for that. I'm glad. Riri's about to have another panic attack because she's thinking about how to destroy this from the wrong side of her brain. She needs to tap into that magical side. Now, AINet's telling her to breathe because her heart rate is pumping up, and she's like, I can't breathe knowing that everybody I love is going to transition. Whose fault is that? Like, no, really, whose fault is that? Who? Who, I ask you, who? Now, this is the same behavior that got her messed up in Wakanda. How you this smart but not learning from your mistakes? Some of y'all out here are the same way as Riri. Y'all are super smart, but you never learn from your mistakes. You can build an Iron Man suit. You can split an atom and it not go off. You can travel across the multiverse. You can learn how to do all that and teach people how to do all that, but you've never sat and learned from your mistakes. Now, y'all, in this scene where Zeke is being let out, I've worked in jails and prisons. It ain't never that dark. There's always some light on.